Let me ask you something. How many goals did you set this year that still haven't happened? If you're like most people, the answer is probably a few, or all of them. Here's why. A 12-month plan gives you 11 months to procrastinate. That's why today I want to share a system that flips the calendar on its head. One that's helped entrepreneurs, creators and professionals get more done in 12 weeks than they used to in 12 months. It's not about working harder. It's about shrinking the timeline to create focus, urgency and progress. This is the 12-week revolution. Every January, millions of people set big exciting goals. They buy planners, set resolutions, make vision boards, and by March, motivation is gone. Why? Because the brain doesn't respond to distant deadlines. When your goal is a year away, there's no pressure to act today. You always think, I'll start later. And later never comes. That's what the 12-week year by Brian Moran is built around. The idea that long-term goals fail because they lack urgency and feedback. When there's too much time, we drift. We plan instead of act. We spend 10 months talking about what we'll do and 2 months panicking because we didn't do it. If you've ever said, I'll get serious next month, you've felt this trap. So what if we just remove the safety net of time? What if the year wasn't 12 months, but 12 weeks? Here's how the system works. You break your year into 4 12-week cycles. Think of each one as its own mini-year. That means 4 chances every year to reset, refocus, and rebuild momentum. Each 12-week cycle has 3 parts. Firstly, a small set of clear goals, 1 to 3 maximum. Second, a weekly execution plan. And finally, a short review and reset at the end. It's not about having 50 goals. It's about going deep on what matters now. Every week in this system counts. In fact, 1 week equals 8% of your year. Miss 1 week, you've lost time. That's real accountability. And here's the magic. This short horizon creates clarity. You can see the end. You can feel the countdown. That awareness fuels focus. It's the difference between jogging a marathon and sprinting a lap. There's a beautiful quote in Some Days Today by Matthew Dix. Some day is a thief. It steals your momentum, your time, and your potential. We tell ourselves we'll start someday, when things calm down, when the timing's right, when we feel ready. But the perfect moment never arrives. The 12-week year fixes that by forcing you to act now. You stop saying someday and start asking, what can I do today? That's the power of compression. It transforms ideas into action. For example, instead of, I'll write a book this year, you should be saying, I'll write 1 chapter this week. Instead of saying, I'll get fit this year, you should be saying, I'll complete 24 workouts in 12 weeks. Instead of saying, I'll grow my business, you really should be saying, I'll launch 1 new offer by week 10. The shorter the timeline, the stronger the focus. And here's the best part. Small actions compound fast. Momentum isn't built by giant leaps. It's built by consistent sprints. Let's make this practical. Here's your step-by-step framework to build your first 12-week cycle. Step 1, pick your focus. Choose 1 major goal, not 3, not 5, just 1. Ask yourself, what's the one thing that would make the next 12 weeks a success? Keep it specific and keep it measurable. An example could be launch your own personal website. Step 2, break it down weekly. Divide that goal into 12 weeks of milestones. Each week, identify 2 or 3 critical actions. You now have a roadmap. No more floating intentions, just execution checkpoints. Step 3, build a weekly rhythm. Set a recurring time each week to review progress. Score your execution out of 10. Identify next week's priorities. This is your feedback loop. No waiting until December to find out you drifted. You course correct in real time. The 12-week year uses a concept called lead indicators. You don't track results, you track the actions that create results. For example, if your goal is health, don't obsess over weight, track the workouts. Because results lag behind effort. If you do the right actions consistently, the results catch up naturally. There's a quick structure you can use. Each week, list your 3 key actions. Check them off as you go. At the end of the week, rate your execution percent. Like a scorecard. Reflect what worked, what didn't, what's next. Over time, those scores tell a story, not of perfection, but of progress. That's how top performers build momentum. Clarity plus execution plus feedback. Here's the deeper shift this system creates. You stop living in vague some days and start living in focus cycle. Every 12 weeks, you reset, you reflect, and you refine. You don't wait for January 1st, you reinvent every quarter. Imagine finishing this year with 4 full cycles of growth, 4 reflections, 4 chances to improve. That's not just productive, that's transformational. The goal isn't perfection, it's rhythm. 12 weeks on, 1 week off, repeat. This is how you build a productive life without burnout. So here's the takeaway. Stop waiting for the perfect time. Plan less, act faster, measure often. Break your year into 4 12-week sprints, and you'll achieve more with less stress, less noise, and more meaning. Because when you shorten the timeline, you sharpen your focus. And when you sharpen your focus, you accelerate results. A goal without a deadline is just a wish. Here's your challenge. Choose one goal and commit to it for the next 12 weeks. Define your first 3 actions and start today. Then comment below what your 12-week goal is. I'll check in with you in the next video. Thank you for watching.